So the other day, Shalom. The other day, there was a clip from Joe Rogan and Elon Musk discussing the future of cell phone technology, and he mentioned this word nodes, and I was trying to follow it, but as much as I would love to be someone who could espouse on internet technology and software, I am way below people like Elon Musk and don't even purport myself to be. I'm like 6 stories below him on that, right? But I'm really good at grasping a concept and then reframing it in a way that my mind can then disseminate it into something that I can make sense of. It's a gift God gave me, and to him all the glory, but I've always been able to do that. A prime example, just to help you understand how my brain works, and maybe it'll be a blessing to you, is during the, let's call it the Corona beer incident, wink, right? There was a lot of talk about gain of function. Now, I understood what gain of function was because I went to I was in the program to get my bachelor's of nursing degree, but once I took a pharmacology course, and one of the first things my professor said to me is that all pills are hepatotoxic, which literally means are bad for your liver. I kind of realized I only needed, and this is just for me, I'm not saying we don't need well-educated nurses. That is not the premise for this at all. But what I realized was that I just wanted to know how to triage and to heal people. I wasn't interested in the corporation model, right? And come to find out, there's plants that do a whole lot of great good in the healing realm that actually heal your organs and aren't toxic to them. So I think God even then was laying the foundation for where I'm at today, because he's playing chess, right? So gain of function research, or gain of function. So basically, think of hiring a laborer, and he has a specific set of skills. He can use a hammer, a saw, and a tape measure, and you're building a house. Well, that's a great skill set in itself, but he will be better for your house building profession if you also help him learn how to lay block, mix mud for the concrete, use a chalk line, cut a straight line, and that's gain of function. And that's the same principle when it comes to modifying cells or modifying viruses or bacteria. You want to genetically modify them so they gain functions, right? And I think framing it like that will help people who don't have a scientific background better understand why gain of function research in the human realm can be problematic. One, it's, God says don't do that. And I've found that if I try and do what God tells me not to do, it doesn't really work out well. But I'm speaking for myself. But God clearly says, don't do that. So I don't want no part of that. So I'm going to make a series of videos because I am just not good at these 1-minute clips. I don't yet have the ability to do sound bites of my clips. But these next few videos are going to be discussing a few things. We're going to discuss timelines. We're going to discuss the Noahide laws. We're going to discuss WikiLeaks. We're going to discuss Michael Jackson, Sony, Project 2025, and how to outwit the devil and those who align themselves with them. So, let's start with how God has been in control all along. Whether you choose to believe that or not is your choice, and that the kingdom of heaven is at hand. All right, so let's talk about fractals and the fractal theory. So the fractal theory is pretty fascinating and once again, not a scientist, just a God-fearer, lover of knowledge. So this is from a layman's perspective. But basically, the fractal theory, whatever topic you apply it to, is that there is an origination of the original concept embedded in whatever it's built from. All right, so what do you mean by that, Christina? I think the easiest way for us to understand fractals is to think about language. There was one language, and that language then spread out into multiple languages, right? Same principle with Adam and Eve and then Noah. One couple who then had offspring, created Noah. Noah was told by God to build a boat, get his ass up in there with his children and their wives and certain animals. He flooded the earth. Noah and his 3 sons and their wives came out, and then their lineage then repopulated the earth because humans screwed it all up. I think the fallen angels, because that's what history seems to document, whether people want to do the research to confirm that or not. I think history documents there was some mixing of seed, and that's where you get your evil spirits, your demons, and these people, and all that. Now, I'm not going to speak on whether anyone survived or not. That's open for interpretation and not really the point of this video. So back to fractals. So the original language, God spoke and it was so, right? He created the word through his speech, through the spoken word. The Greek for that is ramos logos, I believe, which is the living word, right? So the original language, the language of creation, is, if you adhere to the fractal theory, in every language to come after. And there are people who have published studies confirming this. So once you grasp the Word of God, and like I've been studying Paleo, Hebrew, and Aramaic for a long time, you can really see the patterns in language. But you can also see the patterns in everything, because God is amazing. And so he has left his signature in our DNA, in the plant's DNA, in the animal's DNA, because everything has DNA. That's a lot. And so this little piece of code, this 10565 that repeats over and over and over, that spells Yahweh, is in everything. And so it's a blockchain, right? And if you're aligned with God, you grow the chain. So we'll end here. I'll put up some receipts when I edit the video, and then we'll do a part 2. So if you like it, find part 2. Shalom.